If you're up on stereo, feeling all days to come to Two-Side on Tuesdays and Thursdays, chilling out, maxing, relaxing and smoking, joking with the boo. Oh yeah, I'm toking. Okay, that's all I got.
Love it. And you could hear it better. John, I don't know what you did with it. Maybe you went to school. Maybe she's just a better musician than most of the people you put on. It sounded good. It sounded good. It sounded real good.
Sounded real good. Thanks, Melon.
Giddy up, baby. Where's your face for radio? You go first.
Okay. Let me just
make sure. Yeah. Hold on.
Do that. Hold on.
Fuck you, I can't wait. I'm in.
No, we're really good.
I'm in. Okay. I'll use this as a mirror and that and put this in. This is better here. There.
There we go.
There we go. Hey! Holy shit!
You asked for it. Welcome, everybody.
Oh my God. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you are listening to us right now on the stereo app, don't be afraid to hit that banner right above our beautiful, beautiful fake heads to go to the YouTube page where you can see our ugly, ugly heads. Faces meant for radio, voices meant for the heavens. Folks, tune in every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. Don't be afraid to tell your friends, your foes, and your parole worker. We'll be here every week.
And if you're not listening live right now, our YouTube channel is 2Sided Podcast.
We're also on YouTube, Apple Pod, Anchor, fans only, farmers only. I can't believe it's not butter. Butter. I got to get more. We got to get more. That was a good one the first time. Just losing steam. Maybe it's my cholesterol going up or the jokes are going down, but it's butter rich and stupid filled.
And you heard it here first, folks. That's right. We now have our Patreon, 2Sided Pod at 2Sided Pod. You can check us out.
Is that how we're going to put the kids through college, John? Our Patreon?
That's right.
For one easy payment of $9,999, you too can listen to stupidity that we don't put on the air.
Behind the scenes, you're going to lift the curtain for you.
Yeah, I think we haven't. I don't know what the whole thing is, but I feel like it needs to be a donation. It needs to be like $1 or $1 million. Whatever you deem appropriate for that month, that is what you need to pay. It's an honor system. We take bus tokens, back rubs, fatherly advice, half bottles of liquor, the soul of an orphan. We're open. We barter. We're the barter economy.
Speaking of bartering, should we do the shot before or after we start the show?
God. Oh, God damn it, John. You took so long. I don't know about you. I'm looking at everyone down who's in the audience on live right now. I'm talking to these guys. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like we already started the show. John is just walking into the party that we already begun. John, you are far behind us. We already have little inside jokes. I spilled a punch bowl earlier. There was a whole thing. It's like, oh my God, you guys like finger sandwiches? We don't have any more finger sandwiches for you, John. They're all gone.
Sandwiches for you, John. They're all gone.
So let's do
You're late to the party. So let's do a shot now.
$2, Canadian coins.
Loonies. A farthing. If you don't. Half a pence will do. If you don't have a half a pence, God bless you.
Oh, Kingston Trio. How you delight.
Don't make me go deep in the Kingston Trio. I grew up in a religious household. Didn't allow drums.
The only other wonderful version of Istanbul was Constantinople. Kingston Trio.
It's true. That's true. That's the thing. You can sample any song. You can do any song any way you like. That was my whole jam for a long time because like I was good on guitar, good enough to play whatever, like probably you can break any song down to 3 chords and then like put in some weird stuff in the middle. It's like, oh, sounds good. And you play like little harmonics in, like, whatever, dude. It's a fake it until you make it. My idea, you play any song, just slow it down and make it sexy. And you get someone to harmonize with you. It's like, oh shit, you did come in like a wrecking ball. Anyway.
Cheers, brother.
Shot. Cheers to you. Cheers to everyone in the audience.
Cheers to everyone else.
And this is where you all know where that 2-sided go bag comes in handy. Because if you didn't have your go bag ready, you didn't have that shot ready. So it came unawares. The next one will warn you, but this is what happens is just get that shot ready. And I'm just saying right now, I don't want to be pushing drinking on anyone. It's like, it could be water, it could be a glass of soda, it can be, but it's like playing the game of quick draw. All right, we're doing shots. Grab whatever you were drinking, shoot it up, give a tap, drink it, give her 2 taps back, and let's move on. Go back. Baby.
I don't want to advocate alcohol, drugs, violence, or insanity to anybody, but for me, they work pretty well.
Hey, a lot of people say that drinking is fucking cool. It makes you awesome, makes you stronger, makes you better, funnier, good looking, more attractive to women, fresh scented, intelligent, and tiny. Let's go on with the show, John.
There's no butt in that one.
Do you see that, Looney, too? I thought I was hallucinating.
Looney Tune.
The Toonies and the Loonies. They've been Canadian currencying us.
Dare they? How dare they? That's the thing. You know what? I give them pesos and yen in exchange. I know they don't use them anymore, but I have some old school drachma from Greece. What about that, John? How many drachs?
No Deutschmarks?
I don't believe the German monetary system, John. That's why I will not change money when I go to their system. I will barter with you with American Express traveler's checks. That's untrue. The first time I ever went to Europe, I took traveler's checks. Like I full on went to the bank, took traveler's checks, like, okie dokie. Like I don't use checks at home. How is this good? Like someone steals this fucking book of stupidity from your pocket, and now you get to go find a weird place and give you more books of stupidity. It just seems like a pointless interaction.
Yeah.
That's why everyone knows you put 400 drachs, 300,000 yen, 12 pesos, 14 loonies into a condom, wrap it up, and you swallow that. Take the rest of your money, you shove it in your socks. Then you travel freely with money in your pocket. And at any point, if things get weird, you take your socks off. If they already are thinking of that, well, you just need to bear down, my friend. You just need to fish out a little secret stash and travel the world freely. I should write a travel book. John, we should write a travel book.
Hey, actually, yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. John, do you realize that we could write off traveling to places the first time we publish something? Every other time we travel, that could be a tax write-off. That we're just it's a business expense. I had to get hammered in Germany. Well, it's Oktoberfest. You were there in July. I'm prepping for Oktoberfest. I'm going back in September.
John, I love you. Pete, for the love of fucking Christ. Flaming hoops, babe. Settle down.
Who cares? You better care about this. I can smooth it. Shh. That's it. Shh.
For those who cannot see, my boy Pete is shoving a pen into his beard and watching it stick to all of its
I'm just not watching
glory.
it stick. I'm trying to hide it. I'm like, how can I hide things? Like I'm thinking about a travel channel of like, hey man, how do you take mescaline from Paraguay into the Soviet Union and not get caught like the basketball player who just had a vape pen? Bro, she didn't have a beard.
Yeah, right.
That's the thing. Just saying.
Well, I'm just saying, well, howdy.
Allegedly. Hold on to your butts, folks. This shit's about to get real. Oh, God, you got to record that better. It's so bad because it's literally every time I talk, it cuts off. And I don't know if it cuts off for everyone else, but I just don't care. I just don't care. Actively don't care.
I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
And I'm my boy Pete in Southern California.
And you're listening to Two Sided, a live recorded podcast where each week I challenge Pete with a bit of the two sides of life, the serious and the fun.
And I take that challenge and I retort back full force, both barrels. I unload, I batten down the hatches and just empty. And I say, this is the right and the wrong, John, the me and the you, the fun and the serious.
Well, I'm Johnny come lately. I'm like rushing to catch up. So I want to make sure to remind the audience, as my boy Pete has before, if you're wanting to, please take shots with us. If you haven't received your go bag yet, the check's in the mail. They're coming. They're on their way.
Yeah, and if you haven't received your 2-week pin yet, for staying sober, you haven't listened to our show. So you might as well have one tonight. You can go to the meeting tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day.
Tomorrow's always
That's
another
so
day.
Horrible, bro. So no, I'm not. I am not.
We do not advocate that
at all. Not advocating at all. Abdicating maybe, but no, I'm not advocating for drinking. If you don't drink. If you don't drink, don't drink. It's not something like, well, maybe I'll try it. You know what? Don't.
Yeah.
Don't. If you're this fun, you have made it this far, and you've listened to our show before, don't do it. You're a fun person. Your friends will like you more than the way you are. I promise you. Promise you. I had a friend who started doing things late in life who had never done anything ever. And became a goddamn wreck. Like, everyone's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Remember when you were in college, like, shit, Sharon got into the tequila again. She's like, hey, you guys, Sharon, put on your shirt. Or at least your shoes. Sharon. You're on Sharon duty. Sharon. I'm saying, if you don't do it, don't do it. But if you do it, then come on, what's one more gonna hurt? What's
right. It's just like a little wafer mint.
It's a wafer thin mint. Anyway, one will not hurt. One little wafer thin mint. Look, it's no problem.
My boy Pete, how are you feeling in 3 words?
Regretful of statements. I'm saying, let's go back and edit that one out. Oh, dude, I was trying to work my way out of it. Like, dude, I'm just telling people to get hammered. Like, no, that's not. No, don't do that. No, everyone stop. Listen, the go bags are for when you need them. That's what a go bag is. When the zombie apocalypse comes, or when the two-sided comes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. God damn it, no, John. I tell people to drink every Tuesday and Thursday. Nope, that is what I'm telling them. John.
Allegedly.
All back. Allegedly. I'm taking it all back. Allegedly. And take that out. So.
Well, that's going to lead us into our first lightning round.
It's time to get down.
Just jamming. Lightning round guy. You've been getting good. You've been practicing. You've been practicing.
I'm guitar in the closet and no one to talk to, so I just picked it up. It's my guitar. I told you not to fuck with it, dude. Sorry, I'm bored. It was either that or wear your Christmas sweaters. Stay away from those two. They're pretty fucking awesome.
Well, anybody who's anybody knows that our first lightning round of the episode is always a standard Q&A. My boy Pete, are you ready for the questions?
So I'm ready to bring it. Let's go.
What was your last spontaneous moment?
John, you're looking for a big one. You're looking for something that's like out of the ordinary spontaneous. Shit, John. Oh no. I blew way more money than I should have at the weed store. That was spontaneous. I was like, God damn it, I'm here. Why not? Who cares? I'm on vacation. I was going to say, I went to LA twice. Both of those things were planned. It wasn't get up and go. Like nothing. What do you get up? Sometimes I only watch shows that have subtitles. That was fun. Remember that one week when I got up and I watched only shows from Canada for 4 days? Super good. And that's not a joke. It's a good idea. Look at some Canadian shows. Pretty fucking good. No,
so it was like an impulse buy?
Yeah, impulse, because I haven't been spontaneous enough, dude. I haven't been out. I haven't been doing everything. I've been so trapped in everything that it's so hard to get like truly spontaneous. Of like, fuck it, let's go to Vegas. It's only 3.5 hours. Let's go.
Yeah,
we'll be back tonight. Let's go. Come on. Or like, just fucking fuck off for the day and go to the beach, or like just do random shit. Everything has been planned out at least a couple days, and that's not. I guess I would say, well, no, but see, it's planned out. Like Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. I was like, this Thursday, I'm not going to get drunk. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I just lived on the edge. And it's like, wait, but it's kind of what you do normally. So it's not spontaneous. But I felt like it was because I had made a decision and I broke that decision. Spontaneous.
Spontaneously. You're like Dr. Jekyll and my boy Pete.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm like Mr. Hyde and my boy Pete.
Right.
Let's fuck shit up. Yeah, let's fuck shit up. Hey, you need to calm down. Why? Oh God, I'm gonna go get the doctor. This is bullshit.
And the doctor's just a bottle of rum. It's just a bottle of rum.
Just saying. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, he's always looking for the doctor because he's like, dude, come on, just hang out. Let's go fucking crazy, bro. Come on, bro. Jump off bridges and shit. Come on, bro.
What is a memorable yet unexpected experience of yours? And so this is not just most recently. This is what's a memorable yet unexpected experience of yours?
Dude, tons of things of like what you were expecting, what you weren't expecting. Of the dirty underbelly. When you see the most beautiful thing, the first time I realized I was traveling alone in Europe and I was in Vienna.
Huh?
It was right before Christmas because I was going to be in Prague for Christmas with my sister. And so I'm in Vienna and beautiful brass little quintets are playing out in the corners and I see the churches and there's like, it's chilly, but it's not cold. And there's like a little sleet every once in a while. Like, oh my God, this is fucking ridiculous. This is Christmas. I fucking fell into Christmas. Great time. Went to a couple museums, went to a church. A little cold. Went, all right, I got to get back on the train. I'm just going to, I need food. I don't want to go to something. There's McDonald's. I'm just going to go get a burger and a soda and warm up. American style. Fuck it. I go in I'm going to take a piss. Bathroom door's closed. Okay, wait. I'm okay, gotta go. Come on. Door opens. Dude comes out. Go in. Right as I go in, another dude comes out. Okay. There was fucking semen everywhere in that bathroom. I was oh, okie dokie. I had the most beautiful experience of my life, and I had the most terrifying. I saw the face of Satan. Okie dokie, gotta leave. Never gonna come back to the city again. Fuck you, Vienna. I hope all of your composers died in a fucking fiery death.
Hey, I say that also was a beautiful scene. It was love. You were seeing the aftermath, the afterglow, if you will, of love.
Yeah, but come on, man. Take your shoes off of the door. Wipe your feet off when you come inside. Wipe up your semen when you're in a public restroom hooking up with random people.
That's true.
It was just, everything was, it made the most beautiful thing, the most horrible thing, and it's a memory I'll never forget, and it was totally unexpected, and it was seared in my memory.
Yeah, there you go. All right, have you ever pulled a big prank on a friend who never learned that you were involved, who never found out?
No, dude, fuck no. Oh, yes.
You were like, I'm judging that. Wait, hold on. Yeah.
No, because it was a prank. The prank that it wasn't on a friend. It was on an establishment, and it didn't go as. I mean, it went fine, but then some people got caught. I was like, I don't know what the fuck you were talking about, and no one snitched. Perfect.
Yeah, you're good to go.
Nope. Nobody knows nothing about nothing. It was hilarious, but the way you reacted is not hilarious. And so, no, I don't believe it is hilarious at all. And I don't think I was involved.
And finally, have you ever been exposed to a drug by accident or without your consent?
Yeah, it's a little thing called joy, John. It's something that I like to savor for those moments when I truly can appreciate it. But sometimes people force it on me. I appreciate that. Like on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, and we have Cuthbert and Mona Lisa and Angela Cares and Little Bud. Oh shit, no. Julia Prunes, fucking Mind Foxes, all the fuck. The people give me small little joys. You give me joys. You also cause my blood pressure to go up, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a goddamn coronary because earlier than later. But those are the things. That's the drug that I never expect. Especially but to be honest, when we have good interactions, right? Like you and I, we fuck shit up. It's not good. It's great. But usually we end up like, God damn it, John. Talk to you tomorrow. But when we have these, communicate and talk, dude, that I connected with these people. I have friends, we're friends. I feel it's made that's a joy. They bring joy to it's just fun. It's just a good human connection that is with good people, which is fucking unnerving to me. And I don't think it should be legal. And then you need to get a license for that. You need to get a license to drive, but you can just fucking willy-nilly spread joy around. That's bullshit. You're gonna be trained in that.
We got some messages, and we're going to jump into our first segment of the evening.
Hi, it's Sharon. Where are my shoes?
God damn it,
where are my shoes?
God damn it, Sharon. Can someone take Sharon's shoes? Can someone help Sharon find her shoes? God damn it, Sharon.
Your last spontaneous moment was literally 10 seconds ago when you were squawking.
Okay, see, I appreciate you. Thank you for that. I know she meant that as like a cut, but I'm like, you know what? You're right. Every moment I open my mouth is a spontaneous moment. You know what? Because sometimes when people ask me, like, do you know what you just said? It's like, you know what? I tune in and out quite a bit. I talk a lot and I don't like to listen. So was it good or bad? Should I take
kudos or the fifth?
Huntsford in the house. John L. Peacock Hancock in the house.
Oh,
My boy Pete. Peter.
Apparently not so much in the house. More doghouse.
Have you ever done feet stuff? And be honest. Feet stuff, am I right?
Right? Yeah.
Feet stuff? Feet stuff.
100%. Like, to be totally honest, yeah, if you've had, once you hit an open sexual life of experience, like, yeah, there's not many things that I had. Like, are you into that stuff? No. Have you done it? Yeah.
Yeah, a little dabble, little this, little that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like, well, no, it's kind of, no, it's kind of like drugs. It's actively like drugs, John. Like, have you done this? Yeah. Have you done that? Yeah. Have you done that? Yeah. Have you done that? No. You want to try it? No. No. There's a couple drugs and a couple things like, not interested. Not for me. Everything else, like, yeah, all right, well, I'll give it a go. All right. My feet or your feet? All right. I went to yoga, Pilates. I had 2 ribs removed. I got a knee replacement. But I think this is going to work. Oh, you mean your feet? God damn it, you could have saved me a lot of time and energy. But anyway, look at my responsibility.
My boy Pete does have some dainty feet.
I know, truly do. They're little doll's feet. I buy shoes that look proportionate. It's awesome because I can, to my body, to like make me look like I don't have like little peg legs.
I got it, but I was hoping that you would actually give some kind of explanation there. So you buy like, a size that looks like, oh yeah, that's the size foot that person should have.
Here's a 6'1" person who's 100
pounds.
looks like he's 180 pounds when he ate 2 of his friends. They were delicious. but the great thing about that, John, is and fucking Comfort got the wheelies. She had wheelie life. Like, I can buy kids' shoes wheelies. I can buy kids' slippers.
Good.
I can buy large women's shoes. I can wear, when I'm in theater, they always say, like, we have an easy time shopping for heels for you. But these guys are like, hey, come on now. But also, I love those flats. Can I wear those after Labor Day? I'm going to need to get your size number.
Stupid. I'm so glad you're in a good mood because we're going to talk about something really crazy. So let's do a shot.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be great. Yeah. As anytime, John, just so you know, it's best, future reference is best if you don't preface bad things by your comments. It's best to just dive in. Like, if you're going to get into a fight, right? You know that this situation is going to escalate into a physical altercation. The first time someone comes and says, hey, motherfucker, don't talk. Don't just hit him. You know it's going to happen. Just do it and be first, and you can always win. John, I'm saying you can win the 2 sides, the fun and the serious, if you just strike first. Strike fast. No mercy, sir. I can't hear you. Strike first, strike hard. No mercy, sir. All right.
Sweep the leg. Cheers.
Put him in a body bag, Johnny.
That's right. We're going to talk about
shot.
the Tuskegee experiment.
Come on, man. Like, come on, man. All right. Okay, because I'm starting to do a thing because I see I'm trying to pick apart your shit that you do because you try to Simpson me out like Simpsons. Like, oh, we start with this, and then we have this premise, and then here's the moral of the story. So here's the fun, here's the serious, but here's the through line you're trying to tell me. And I feel like the through line is either going to be something about our social system today, our government overwatch, or racial inequality. And I actively think that you've made poor choices. I don't know what the rest of the questions will be, John, but I just think we're in for a treat.
So originally titled the Tuskegee Study of Untreated Syphilis in the Negro Male, or informally referred to as the Tuskegee Syphilis Study or Tuskegee Experiment. It was formed by the government as a reaction to a near epidemic level outbreak of syphilis in the United States.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. No, but we're not on joke terms yet. We're not on funny, haha. You got to keep going. You can't just say those sentences and expect me to make jokes after those fucking 6 intro sentences. Are you insane?
This was before we had the understanding of the powerful cure of penicillin. Penicillin was discovered 4 years earlier in 28, but it would become known to help cure syphilis in 35 and then recommended as the cure by 1947. But we're in 1932, ladies and gentlemen. 1932 is where we begin our story.
So we're in 1932, where this whole debacle of John's serious side of the segment begins. Hold on. Let me get my pad out, John. 1932, the debacle begins. The debacle. Don't know how to spell it. We'll sound it out later because Hooked on Phonics worked for me. You said 1940 who? 1946? 1940?
47 is when it
47.
was recommended as the cure. 35 is when they started to test penicillin on syphilis and started to find its positive results.
35. I'll do okay. All right. Okay. Test. Okay. I got my timeline. Let's rock, baby.
It took place in Macon County, Alabama, which is the seat of Tuskegee and referred to as the Black Belt because of its rich soil and vast number of black sharecroppers who were the economic backbone of the region. And this research itself did take place on the campus of the Tuskegee Institute, now known as Tuskegee University, and was conducted by the United States Public Health Service, USPHS. Great.
Okay. So what I need from you, just in this moment, in that sentence, John, being the person you are, I know you're reading from research that you pulled, but saying you need to clarify. They call it the Black Belt because of the black rich soil and the amount of black sharecroppers. That calling a state, calling a landmass after the people, the color of the people who live there, should not be done. It shouldn't be done now, and it shouldn't be referred to as such.
You're right. I apologize. That was actually a direct quote from the Tuskegee University.
Right. Quote.
Detailing
okay,
it. So
quote,
you're right. That was a quote. Yes.
Say quote. Here's this. I'm with you. But like, yeah, that's the next, like, bro. That's it makes me sad. Like that whole thing is like, oh, because like, oh, here's a trailer side. Like, oh, when you classify different parts of different cities because of the race of people who live there, like, oh no, but it's also the soil.
Right.
Like, it's bullshit. It's so fucking bullshit. Granted, just so you know, when I go on tourist maps, like that's where I want to go. Those are the places that's going to be the best music, the best food, the best people, the best entertainment. Like, yeah, do you want to see a fucking landmark of a statue of a thing, or do you want to experience the culture of a city? Spanish Harlem.
Right.
Horseshit. Why you got to call it Spanish Harlem? Because if you're not Spanish, you can't live there. Because there were so many Spanish that they call it that. Yes, and now it just caught and just hooked. Like it just, I get it.
Well, in that note, I mean, we have Chinatown. What do you feel about that?
That is, they are choosing that there because in Little Tokyo, Little Saigon, it's their home, their base of where we have a lot of those in LA. And I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I went to Little Tokyo and I was like, well, bars. Like, dude, Little Tokyo, man, what's up with that? Like, no, this is like, we can't have Tokyo. We can't have like Paris, Texas. And if we're just like, oh, we're East LA, or we're El Monte, like it doesn't have the same ring. Like, oh no, we're Little Tokyo, we're Chinatown. Like they claim that as far as this is where our people are. It started in San Francisco, the Bay Area.
Yep.
And as far as those, because we had Asia moving in and the immigrants from that side,
right?
That's where they settled, and they were the ones who started, because everything else on the East Coast, there was no like Irish Town, Mickville. What do you mean? It was just, oh, that side of town had a bad name, had a bad side of the tracks, and just like, oh, you don't go there. Here we like, no, we claim it. We took this shit back. It's our town. It's our town.
And it helped further immigrants find where their community, where they could have their common language, where they could have their common culture as they integrated into the United States.
So you come over and you find, oh, here's Little Saigon, and you come from Vietnam, like, oh, awesome, great.
Yeah.
Here's Little Tokyo, great. Here's Chinatown, great. You have, because you have there's things from Eastern Europe. There's no, Little Chechnya. There's rockets everywhere. It's great. No.
New Kuwait. No,
New Kuwait. Not as good as old Kuwait, bro. Fucking, they're lopping hands off in the public square. It's great. Tourists are there like, yay! Don't clap too loud, lady. You're next. Oh, everybody. No. Get it. All right. Tip your waiter. Thank you. Falafel 2 for 1.
So anyway, when the study was initiated, there was no proven treatment for the disease, and researchers told the men participating in the study that they were to be treated for, quote, bad blood. This term was used locally by people to describe a host of diagnosable ailments, including but not limited to anemia, fatigue, and syphilis. It started with the participants, the unwitting participants, was a total of 600 men who enrolled were enrolled in the study. Of this group, 399 had syphilis and were part of the experimental group, while 201 were the control subjects. Most of the men were poor and illiterate sharecroppers from the county. I know that there's no room for comedy there, so I can just move forward.
No, but it's not okay. Like, that's the thing. Like, you round me up. I'm like, how come I got to get serious and angry about shit? Like, it's just like today. You can be an experimental study today. Like, oh, you can go and take tests, and you can take drugs and take makeup and do anything you want. But truly, they like, here's a big fucking contract you sign. And like, yeah, I sign off on it. And like, whatever happens, happens, and they're not liable. Today, they're doing the same thing today, just with the fucking legal binder of bullshit. And it's privatized. If you're in the military, it's mandatory to do some of this shit. Oof. Yeah. Oof. Okay. Oof. Okay, I'll get funny in the next one. Ready? Go.
So why would they join? Especially, they didn't know what was going on because they were told lies. But what they were given, they thought, was a dream in terms of medical care and survivor's insurance. They were enticed and enrolled in the study with incentives including medical exams, rides to and from the clinics, meals on the examination days, treatments for minor ailments, and guarantees provisions that would be made after the death in terms of burial stipends to the survivors of those who passed.
See, see, John, and here's my only issue with it. My only issue is that you didn't say, hey, you could or could not get syphilis that will kill you and blind you and ruin your life, and you can pass it on to other people. If they said that and said, do you want to do it? And we'll give you all of this shit.
Right.
Bro, 100%. Like, you mean free meals on the day of and the way back, like 2 meals, or what's up? Also, I want my remains scattered around the eastern seaboard. But I don't want to be cremated. I want to be chopped up and spread out.
Like chum?
So, like chum. Shakies? That's how we do things in 1932.
Right. You are pointing out the very big difference between those experimental studies today and this one especially, but the ones that they did back then, which is horrible. They lied. They had no idea what was happening.
But it was a government, this was a government sponsored experiment.
Public health services. Yeah.
Right. No, this is what I'm saying. The difference now, because we have a lot of those with the WHO, we have a lot of things, and they're privatized to different companies that are also, okay, you know what, now that I say it out loud, fuck you. Okay. They're hiring people to take the blame if shit goes wrong. Fuck you, John. Let's move on.
So the men were monitored by health workers, but only given placebos such as aspirin and mineral supplements, despite the fact that penicillin became the recommended treatment for syphilis in 1947, some 15 years into the study. So these researchers...
It was still going on in 1947?
We've only just begun.
I thought it was done in the late 40s. Okay, sorry, go.
Nope.
Sorry, go.
Researchers convinced local physicians of Macon County not to treat the participants, and instead research was done at the Tuskegee Institute, like I said, now Tuskegee University, which was founded in 1881 by Booker T. Washington as the first teacher.
Oof. See, and that's like a smear. Like,
yeah, I know, a smear.
Like, come on, man. Booker T. Washington found, like, come on. And now you're going to do this? And that's it, John. I'm going to pour a shot. Keep going. I'm going to get ready.
So in order to track the disease's full progression, researchers provided no effective cure as the men died, went blind or insane, or experienced other severe health problems due to their untreated syphilis.
Oh, shit. My vision is failing. I feel like I'm crazy. And do I have syphilis, John? I got to get checked out. No, I don't.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. You signed that paper, right? Yeah, you're fine.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. As time progressed, however, patients began to stop attending their appointments. So, to greater incentivize them to remain a part of the study, the USPHS hired a nurse named Eunice Rivers to drive them to and from their appointments, provide them with hot meals, and deliver their medicines, services especially valuable to subjects during the Great Depression.
That was what they promised them in 1932. They promised them a Eunice. They promised them craft services, and they didn't deliver right off the bat. Like, that would be a red flag for me. Like, I'm wary. I heard there was going to be a hot meal and a nurse named Eunice driving me to and from said appointment. I had to take the bus, and I had a granola bar on the way here. I am very disappointed, and I do not think I will come back.
Now, they also provided the funeral services for those who passed, but this was actually so they could make sure to do an autopsy on all of the participants who had passed before the funeral.
Jesus, John. Because the thing is, there's a lot of good fucking funeral jokes. But this is not the time, John, or the place that you're going to get me canceled. I see you coming a mile away, bro. I'm going to still stick to my guns and say, fuck them for doing this. You shouldn't take advantage of people. now I'm laughing. John. Well, the thing is about funeral, John. he can't help himself. He's like, don't push the button. What button? That one. Okay, don't push it. I won't push it. Don't push it. Don't push it. I'm gonna push that fucking button. Ooh, I'm gonna push that button so hard. You push the button? You want me to? No, I can't. But John, funerals. No, I'm not gonna do it. No.
Okay.
I'm gonna save it. I feel like I got more places to dig myself out of as we go through. I'm done.
So
that's my final answer.
So we have records of these researchers actively working to ensure that the subjects didn't receive any treatment for syphilis. So in 1934, they provided doctors of Macon County with a list of the subjects and asked them not to treat them. In 1940, they did the same with the Alabama Health Department. And in 41, many of the men were drafted and had their syphilis uncovered by the entrance medical exam. So the researchers had the men removed from the Army rather than let their syphilis be treated.
I knew about that. Like,
Do you want a little bit of good news? A little bit?
No. Do you want a little bit, John?
I kind of want a shot.
No, I have a shot ready here. But here's the deal. Once again, if it was offered to you, do you want to go to the World War? Or do you want to have syphilis? Like, is Eunice going to be cooking every time I put it? I'll take the syphilis.
It's syphilis and a friendly face.
Right. Come on, it's like shaving a haircut. It's 2 bits. Oh, 2 bits. That equals 4 loonies. Look at that callback, Angela. See that? Giddy up, baby. Woo!
So by 1952, however, about 30% of the participants had received penicillin anyway, despite the researchers' best efforts. So they argued that their participants wouldn't seek penicillin or stick to the prescribed treatment plans, and they claimed that the participants, all black men, were this is their claim, they were too stoic to visit a doctor. In truth, the men thought they had already been treated, and so that's why so few of them were actually seeking treatment, because they knew they had syphilis. They thought that they were being treated in the best way possible. They heard about this penicillin thing, and the doctors were like, yeah, that's what we're giving you, while they were giving them aspirin and mineral supplements. Yeah.
So you were told one thing, you don't have any symptoms. Doesn't burn when you pee.
Right.
The vision's pretty good. Not crazier than I was yesterday. The goddamn kid on my lawn keeps on walking through it. That's making me nuts. Penicillin. John, I can get you penicillin right now. Street value, super cheap. You want some penicillin?
Kind of do after this talk.
Yeah, I got you, baby.
So in 1965, they argued that it was too late to give the subjects penicillin, as their syphilis had progressed too far for the drug to help. Now, this is a convenient justification for the continuation of the study, but penicillin is and even then was recommended for all stages of syphilis and could have stopped the disease progression in the patients even at that time, so many years later.
Right, but you got to look at I'm not justifying it all, but you got to look at it's 1965.
Yeah.
What is happening in 65? What is the national feeling? How do we respond to the government at that point? Because we are right before like the pushback on Vietnam starts, and it's anyone who is truly American. Because once it starts up really big in 67, the anti-Vietnam movement, anti-government, anti-everything, it is definitely divided. You have your people who are counterculture and people who are true Americans, and people who are trying to be true Americans. Even at that point, like, they will not do me wrong. They have told me. Why would I go to a doctor when the ultimate end all be all has told me that I'm good? Why would I do that? It just anything. I was gonna say no. Anything 72, no, 84, no, 90, no, 2000, no, 2000. Everything in our history has been fucked, John. It's been fucked, bro.
Right.
I was looking for the great place to start. Like, we were pretty good for these like 3 months, like during Hoover.
Yeah.
But it was all downhill after that. No, bro. Okay, all right. Carry on. I feel like our American history is going off the kilter.
Yeah, right. Not to put too fine a point on it. In 47, the Nuremberg Code was written. In 64, the World Health Organization published the Declaration of Helsinki, and both of these aim to protect humans from experimentation. But the CDC, who had taken over from the USPHS to control the study, actively decided to continue the study as late as 1969.
That's a lot of acronyms for such a late year, John. 69,
yeah.
The USPS, they said we can ship that anywhere.
United States Public Health
Society, syphilis. Right. being the VD, venereal disease, is such a VIP, very important person. Shouldn't we keep the PC press conference on the QT? The shush, because it could lead to the VC, Viet Cong, and then he'd end up MIA, captured, and we'd all end up on KP, kitchen duty. See, John?
Yeah.
Give you up.
So this is where things start to unravel for this study. In the mid '60s, a venereal disease investigator in San Francisco named Peter Buxton found out about the Tuskegee study and expressed his concerns to his superiors that it was unethical. The officials then formed a committee to review the study, but ultimately opted to continue it. With the goal of tracking participants until they had all died. Autopsies were performed and the project data could be analyzed. So at that point, they were just like in it to win it. But Buxton leaked the story to a reporter friend who passed it on to a fellow reporter, and the Associated Press on November 16th, 1972, published the story basically on the front page of every major paper across the U.S.
AP. Oof. Yeah, John, I need to stay on point, because now we're talking about the news media, we're talking about society. In the 70s, we're talking about, John, Freebird, John.
So by then, there were only 74 of the test subjects of the original 399 still alive. 28 had died from syphilis. 100 more had passed from related complications. At least 40 spouses had been diagnosed with it, and at least 19 children had been exposed to it and at birth. So, affecting a whole lot more than the original 399.
Still enough time. Continue, John. Let's finish this up. I feel like we're getting close to the end, and you're pausing too much. I want to get right to the end. Let's button it, baby.
In 73, Congress held hearings on the Tuskegee experiments, and the following year, the study's surviving participants, along with the heirs of those who had died, received $10 million out-of-court settlement, which is something about like $25,000 per household that was part of that settlement. Additionally, new guidelines were issued to protect human subjects in U.S. government-funded research projects. So the result of this, obviously, is deeply ingrained in so many. In '97, President Bill Clinton issued an apology It was the first official apology. The United States government, quotes, the United States government did something that was wrong, deeply, profoundly, morally wrong.
Fuck
It is.
you, Clinton. I'm sorry. Honestly, bro, you don't get a mea culpa years after the fact, and this is the thing you're choosing to apologize for after everything you've done, after you, because you are now saying the U.S. government, so you are
Right.
standing for them. So I'm saying you, Bill.
Yeah.
Fucking, you can get. I can only think of like Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan. Neither one of them had a blue dress. Anyway, you get all your staff, just get them out of the Oval Office, because it doesn't matter. If you're picking this hill to die on, this one to apologize, you better get your goddamn checkbook and start making reparations for everything we've done to every other fucking culture, to every other person, to every other idea since the inception of this country. We have fucked anyone who is the little man. We have fucked every culture who has tried to come. We are not the melting pot. We are the boiling pot, bro. We are actively trying to regurgitate anything that comes into our country that is not us, which is bullshit. We are the worst of this country. I'm not a self-lover, but I'm honestly, the people who make the worst noise, hey, let's get some fresh faces in there and see if they can fuck it up as much as you have. Let's give everyone a shot, because you have proven what has happened.
Well, and he didn't give any more money. It's not like it was just an apology. It was literally just words. That's all he did. Now, he was president at the time, so it was an official apology from the U.S. government, but it didn't come with more money.
No, it didn't come with more money. It came with, like, he was trying out his apology on Hillary. He's like, I'm super sorry. On behalf of the United States government, we did not mean to do that. We made poor choices. We should have been honest, and we were not. But that's on us. And we'll do better next time.
Next time, right? Because there'll always be a next time, baby.
Always going to be a next time, motherfucker. Always.
So the last steady participant passed away in 2004. That's it. That's something we did.
Dude, we did, like, I'm with you. I see where you're going. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm not angry at you for bringing horrible, horrible juju into my world. I'm not, John. Granted, I won't sleep very well tonight because of just the fucking angst and the guilt that you brought to the world. But I will give penicillin to anyone who wants it. I will also give syphilis to anyone who wants it. I'm a giver and a taker. No, that's not true. I mean, I know where I can get some syphilis. You guys looking? Hold on, let me call some guys.
I can get you syphilis and penicillin. Yeah, it's a twofer.
Yeah, you want to fucking, you got to get up to get down, baby. Let's ride that roller coaster. Woo!
Just take it long enough so that you go a little insane, you get that kind of high going, and then you got the penicillin to bring you right back.
Oh my God. I'm just saying. It's either that or drink like me and John for 10 or 12 years and see what happens after that. Your liver will hate you, but you'll be insane. You'll be fucking crazy like a goddamn box.
We got so many messages, man.
Okay, let's pop bubbles. Let's do shots, pop bubbles. Everyone is now the time. This is the only time I'm going to give you the hints. Pack the bowls, pour the shots. We're going to drink and smoke until we get through them.
Them.
Kids?
Ready, kids?
Okay.
I fucked that up. I missed that joke. When she showed her heelys, I should have said "Hell on Wheels." Redemption? Or
Pretty good.
not so much.
You're doing good. Picking up what you're putting down.
You guys keep on saying "croat." Can you say "quote"? My boy Keith got it. It just went up when I said that. My boy Pete? Oh, you want to pee? Damn it, we just went out, you damn.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good puppy? Who wants to Pete? Who wants to my boy Pete? Oh no, you John L. Peacock all over the carpet.
Tell me that.
Girl, I'm gonna need some Cavassier, some lower lighted, some Barry White. We can talk about it all night. I'll show you what Spanish fly is. Shh.
Are you guys attempting to do a drunk history bit? Because that's cool.
I appreciate the attempting, because no, not really, but I love that she went on the fact that we are actively not doing it. I love it. That's my favorite. John, I keep it nothing but fucking real. But fucking real? No, but, period. Fuck, no, but, semicolon. Nope, nothing about colons. John, you get what I'm putting down. Play the message.
I bet you had great tits and ass too. I bet you they don't mention how hot Eunice was. The nurse.
Right? I'm saying.
Great little dudes come around. She's like a Jackson Swire of the 1940s. Oh wow, this is
No, I'm
this
telling
is
you.
the story. It was talked about in Lovecraft and Pixar. Way back in Chuck. Oh, it's a good show.
No, Lovecraft is great. But,
Bringing the shout out to you.
giddy up. Eunice's milkshake brings all the boys the yard, and they're like, can we get hot meals? And Eunice is like, we're going to your appointment. And Eunice is like, take your medicine, yeah. It's a song we're working out for Eunice's intro. That was rough.
Love you, baby. Shave and haircut.
2 bits.
2 loonies.
2 loonies.
Hey, we got ways to make you
use
your use there, Angela Cares. You know what we're talking about.
1965, they still didn't know. 1965, y'all. They didn't
65.
that their syphilis wasn't being treated. I'm blown away. The shit just gets worse.
No,
The shit.
100%.
Yeah, I can't even talk. I'm blown away.
Okay. John, I love you, and I give you an apology. I'm giving you an apology because I was like, come on, man, we gotta be fun and funny and things like, hey, if we do get some good stuff, because you do good research, and it's like you do like it's things we actively care about, but like, what is our show about?
Right.
Getting good feedback, I was like, because John will pull some shit, like he'll pull some things that I think I know everything about everything. It's mainly privilege, I would say. It's kind of a beard roots go all the way to my soul. It's a whole lifestyle. But then he opens my eyes to a lot of things. And like, if this is good, John, like this is us, baby. You know what?
Yeah.
Let's get serious. Let's get serious on your serious. I'm with you. I apologize to you for any of if you've ever taken anything I've said seriously. There's nothing I say is serious.
Allegedly. No, like you even said, you thought it was over in the 40s, and it lasted another 2 decades past that, right?
No, if they let the last fucking Congress pass, they talked about it in 72 and Congress passed in 73, saying like, yeah, maybe don't fucking lie to people when you give them diseases and kill them.
Right.
Like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? And the only reason for it, John, that kills me is because they're fucking black men. That was the only reason. You wouldn't do this and like to people who were of European descent. It was bullshit. The idea that people are different is fucked to me. Is so, and that we have, it took us, and literally you look at, I'm not even going to get into it. You look at laws that were passed in the 80s and then in the 90s. It is specific to race.
Yeah,
like,
right.
How are we doing this? How is this a thing, bro? How can you say, all right, don't fucking kill anyone who's not the same color as you with weird medicine? Okay, but how are we gonna learn? Like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck?
Yeah.
It makes me so angry. Ugh, ugh, ugh. I just need to go let little birdhouse my soul.
Next time for the stories. And I know it's like real stories. But there's this one video where the guy talks about what he saw in Vietnam. And yeah, the way that the government repressed and suppressed those stories. Sheesh.
I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you. My father-in-law just passed, and he was a Vietnam vet.
Yeah.
And I knew what he had done. I knew because he had 2 Purple Hearts. He had been shot up and then went back in.
Ooh.
So he was infantry, and he was a helicopter. He joined up on helicopter chief, but he was on Slope Hill, Vietnam Slope Hill, where the movie Hamburger Hill.
Right.
He was there. That was where he was. That was where he got his first Purple Heart. And so he was one of the guys who made it out and pulled his buddies out, ammo, and then his old timer friends come up and talking about how Ben saved their life. And it's like, you need to listen to old people at like church or funerals or speaking engagements or whatever. It's like they kind of ramble, they kind of, all right, kind of tune out and like, all right, look around. I'm not truly paying attention like to shit they were saying, and who go right at the edge of like horrible shit, and they'd stop themselves, and then like Ben was an amazing man. Like, bro, the Vietnam stuff of what our government did to those people, what we did to that country.
Yeah.
But truly, the only thing I can say is it made, the only good thing is it made us here today. It made our technology here today. It made us able to be in this room today, talking together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you don't know what would have happened and who would have been, who would have been born, would we have stereo? You don't know. So it's a little like drops in the pond kind of bullshit. So
Ripple
I'm
effect,
thankful for, it's a ripple effect. It's not good. It should not have been done. But at the same time, like, all right, at this point, we can't change it. We have to learn from it and move forward with what we have now.
Yeah, what's that quote? Behind any major achievement and advancement in humanity, there's a monster.
John, it's one of my favorites. You know that.
Yeah.
You know that directly. Any achievement that is worth achieving, that is notable, there's a monster behind said achievement.
Yeah. John,
I want to be that monster. I want to be that comedy monster that makes a two-sided go stupid bit. It's like, he just doesn't get it. Like, yeah, he doesn't, but John tamps him down. Yeah, folks, every 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. Pacific, Eastern, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Look at that, John. All the words correct, not in the right order, but I'm still here. I'm still here because of you.
The call is coming from inside the house. When this life as we know it implodes, it's because the call is coming from inside the house.
I'm telling you, that was the same thing Mindfox said the other day. Why are they guarding Area 51? Because that is a portal to the universe that we actually live in, and this is the plane that we don't. I'm with it. I'm 100% with it. The shit I see day to day, it's like, that's not real. That shouldn't be real. Like, what the fuck is that? I made John carry a hammer on the subway, folks. That's crazy talk. Crazy talk. But it happened. Oh, shit.
Everyone here, the Fox and Angela, and I'm sorry I didn't take time to look. I just popped in. How you doing? How you doing? Hope all is well.
Hey, how you doing? That was our girl MFA. Anyone who's out there, motherfucking America, mother effing America. I have to use her name correctly. I've used her Christian
Or they just
name.
won't find her. Yeah, they won't find her.
Right. I use the Christian name. Right?
The censored.
Like, shh, and it's got you. But she's one of our great friends. She's on Twitch. She broadcasts live on Twitch. She has a YouTube channel. She's on stereo. Find Mother Effing America. Follow her. Give her a follow. She's fucking good people. Good people.
Effing good people. She's effing good people.
Fuck you, John. It's fucking good people in my world.
Listening to my boy Pete try to backpedal from butt fucking. Split the price of this now, folks. Yeah.
No one caught that. That was a rough one. But fucking really. Fuck! No shit.
I love the semicolon.
Yeah. It's like a Pee-wee's Big Adventure. When they're up in the dinosaur, he's like, everybody I know has a big butt, Simone. Let's talk about your big butt. And then Andy hears that, and that's when he breaks off a bone and fucks shit up in Pee-wee's life.
Fuck, a comedy monster. See, another great idea. I'm doing a whole monster series for Halloween. The comedy monster.
Oh, shut it down. I want to hear more about this, like in the green room, because John says we're going to be funny. And John's making hand gestures at me. He's wearing a T-shirt of the band he saw last night. He's doing all the things. He's pointing at it. He's actively saying he needs his time to shine. Oh shit! So, folks, this is the time on Two-Sided when if you're listening live, you hit that link above us and you see our goddamn faces for radio that is live on YouTube. We go live on YouTube every Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, and our YouTube channel is out there for the taking. We are also on Spotify, Apple Pod, the Anchors, and fans only. You like side boot? What about this side boot? Folks, let's do them shots.
Cheers, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Bing, bing, bing.
Bing, bing.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yes, that is.
Oh no! Do you realize that John and I are the core of your society? That if we do this at night and we have to work on your infrastructure of your day-to-day lives during the day, things are broken in society. Broken. See what John did? He poured another shot because he knows what time it is. John, let's see what happens next.
What time is it? It's time for our next lightning round.
Lightning round. It's time to get down. Nobody thinks that there's time in town, but I know there's John to have my back if I don't even talk too well. Lightning round.
Which is actually perfect because this lightning round is actually Bizarro Answers, our very first alternate lightning round ever, and one of our favorites, Bizarro Answers.
It's our first. We've never had it before. I love Bizarro. Let's do it for the first time, never before.
Hey, Bizarro, my boy Pete, are you ready for the questions?
No, I am not.
Fantastic. Let's go. Bizarro, my boy Pete, what was your last spontaneous moment?
Today, killed a pterodactyl. It's flying too close to my yard. It was epic.
Bizarro, my boy Pete, what is a memorable yet unexpected experience of yours?
I went to a horrible museum I was super bored with. I walked to the bathroom. I saw the most beautiful people having sex I've ever seen. It was epic. It changed my idea of what human connection was about, John. I realized I had been lacking something in my life, and therefore I needed to search. It was life-changing.
With a little bit of luck, his life would have been ruined forever.
Can I have it my way? No! That's Burger King! Fuck off!
Bizarro, my boy Pete. Have you ever pulled a big prank on a friend who never found out you were involved?
Yes! No. Never. But I did hear about one. There was a 2-story stadium that had panel ceilings. And I heard about people who went up and took panels out of the ceiling 2 stories up and made a dirty word.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, but I don't know anything about that.
It finally
seemed pretty cool, though.
Bizarro, my boy Pete. Have you ever been exposed to a drug by accident or without your consent?
There's no such thing as accidents, baby. You can't fucking rape the willing. Come on, I give all my consent every time I wake up, baby. The answer is giddy up.
And somehow you made that outdated reference still work. You made it still work.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, pal. I try my best. I don't know what you kids would say these days with your hip-hop lingo, but I try my best. I'm talking to my good friend Chainsaw. He's keeping me up to the deets. All the lings with the kids. Shout out to Chainsaw. My fucking boy.
Eyes on the YouTubes right now as your side and thank you. Was the racist shit that I ever did. Shit.
Oh, welcome to the party.
Come up on YouTube, guys. It's YouTubes. It's YouTubes, guys. No, they're really cool actually. And you gotta see the shit to believe it.
Actually, I still like that. Like, you know what? If you're trying, like, I love that. Girl. Good friend Little Butts, I'm letting you know. I appreciate John does the same thing. That is, there's very few people in the world that can do it. Like, no, it's really good. Not what you guys think. Super good. I was like, no, man. A lot of people said you're an asshole, but I said, not always. So
I'm on your side. I'm on your side.
That. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you about what they said. Also, let's go get lunch. There's very few people in the world who can do. I love it. I love the fucking. That's my favorite thing in the world. My favorite thing in the world is the Uber backhand. Like, sorry, I was looking at your, literally behind you, your shoulder to your right, John. You have a book open. You have a black pillow, and you have the Tums.
Yeah.
So when I was looking at you,
they're not sponsoring us. Hold on. Okay, there.
Yeah, we eat chalk. Fuck you guys. And we have to, because we drink a lot. Bro, I think I have my tongue around here too. You gotta get the extra large bottle with the extra strength. Fuck yeah, bro. Fuck your 500 milligram shit. I'm going 750 or 1500. I don't think you know who I am.
Son.
I have fires burning inside me. I drink like a goddamn beast on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. Shit, son. No, but I was gonna say, because of your little black pillow you have there, it looks like a window. It's like, oh shit, is my camera right? Is it in my box of weird shit? Like, I can see tongues. Is that my camera? Nope, that's me. I'm good. Shit. Marijuana affects the brain.
Right. Speaking of that, actually, that's going to lead us perfectly into our final segment of the episode.
Perfect.
Yes.
So let's do a shot and into our final episode. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you poured when you should have, if you had your go bag when you needed to.
That's right. This is a quick draw. Cheers, everybody.
Yeah.
Because we're going to talk about the CIA acid experiments.
Oh, okay. No, I'm ready for that.
This is the fun one. Pete.
No, this is the fun one. But because this is something I agree with, the idea of expanding one's mind, that getting dosed unknowingly, I think that's okay. If you know the person, if you have like, hey, do you want to come in for a test? Yeah, I'll answer these questions and drink this water. Like, no, like not them. You need to hang out with them for a while, go have some cocktails, close a bar down. Like, no, they are not okay with this. Like, this is not for them. John, I promise you, if there's like what's the TV show? Extreme Makeover, right?
Right. Yep.
Oh, queer eye for the straight guy.
Okay. Yep.
Right? Where it's like, all John's friends, like, he's just so fucking uptight. This will be, don't worry, we're gonna come and give him acid and mushrooms, and he will never know. And then we will make him cry and open up to you. Take some acid too? Perfect.
I hate my life.
I know, but once we get through this with your style consultants, I'm going to meet up with you. How we rebuild our lives, John.
I appreciate you, boss. I appreciate you.
Perfect. And here's your fresh new hat. Stupid. All right. Let's talk about the U.S. government acid test, John. I'm ready.
Yeah. So,
is this the point where the music has, like, you turn the page in the book, ding, 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 and everyone takes their acid? Is this the time?
You should have done that about 20 minutes ago, bro.
John. Sure.
MK Ultra, the CIA program that began in 1953 by the CIA's chief chemist Sidney Gottlieb, who ran it until it was shut down in the early 60s. This program, which had LSD as just one of the many chemicals experienced upon, first introduced the psychedelic drug to the counterculture leaders like Ken Kesey, Allen Ginsberg, and Robert Hunter, who was the lyricist for the Grateful Dead. Even Timothy Leary had been first connected to LSD through these experiments, though he was never directly a volunteer for it.
Right, but the same thing, like, you got to look, Ken Kesey and Kesey, as you say, Casey, because I've known him as long as I have, John, whatever, Maricopa. All of these people were, a lot of them were the counterculture people who were doing it already, and they were recruited, or they were the conduits for which the government tested on other people. And with that in regard, especially Ken Kesey, John, I don't care how it's spelled. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. He knows his people, right? You know what my people can handle, how I can introduce this to the Hells Angels, how I can introduce this to my Kool-Aid experiment.
Yeah, the Merry Pranksters.
Right. How? But then from there, then they're like, yeah, they got turned on and moved to this, and they're like, now it's the same thing as any subculture. Of a subculture gets hold of a drug that is used for good, and because there's the secondary benefits that are great that we all love, and then that's what, oh no, you can't have that. So you look at psilocybin now, and we have clinics in LA. You have MDMA clinics where you can go in. You have ketamine clinics where you can go and like hook up to an IV, and fucking dose up for an hour, 2 hours, 6 hours with therapists by you, because that is what it's for.
Right.
I'm with you 100% because that's a great thing, but I would rather go find a couple of DJs and stack speakers and do the same thing. We'll get to the same center core of our being, but in a different path.
I 100% agree with you on all of these things, especially when you were talking about how these leaders helped bring in more into the study. That's all true. But I do want to make it very apparent and very clear that Kesey, Ginsburg, and Robert Hunter, their first experience ever with LSD was through these experiments. They had maybe done psilocybin, they had maybe tripped on magic mushrooms, but their very first experience with LSD was through these CIA experiments.
All three of them, Ginsburg as well.
So
for reals?
I had this later, but you're running into it now, and I'm just going to let you know. Sidney Gottlieb is basically the reason why LSD came to America.
Correct.
It was not available in America beforehand. These experiments that were the first exposure of LSD to anybody in America, and they were all volunteers.
They weren't government experiments at that point, because if you look at the Sunshine experiments, there was from Amsterdam and Germany and the UK coming over they had all of that stuff. And they had Ken Casey
through the universities, right? Yeah.
Yes.
All those were the CIA experiments, but they didn't know about it.
But all of those universities then fired those people when they kept going, and all of the people, the subculture, went with people from the university instead of the government. So yes, like you get the okay, and now you have the understanding of how to create this chemically.
Yeah,
bro.
So Leary experienced it outside of the study, but literally those three all only experienced it within the study first. And the first real people who were exposed to it thought they were exposed through university studies, and it was not connected to anything governmental, but they all were. They were all funded directly by this one experiment program, the MK Ultra, that was headed by Sidney Gottlieb. It was all 100%. The universities themselves didn't know where the money was coming from. They thought it was through organizations, but they were false non-for-profit organizations that were created by the CIA so that they could do this.
Well, John, I guess this is now as good a time as any to tell you that our friendship was created as a front by the CIA, and all of the drugs that you ingested in college was for a study.
Sidney Gottlieb.
I'm telling you, that's my God, my idol, and John. We're being recorded right now. At 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, Tuesdays and Thursdays. You motherfucker.
So the rationale was that this was the early period of the Cold War. The CIA became convinced that the communists had discovered a drug or a technique that would allow people to control human minds. Total mind control. In response, the CIA began its own secret program and called it MK Ultra, and it was all a search for mind control drug that could be weaponized against the enemy.
Bro, 100%. I'm gonna go on a limb here and say that everyone watching everyone listening has seen American Ultra with Jesse Eisenberg. So we know about this experiment, because as soon as you get your trigger word, as soon as you're activated, then you can do amazing shit. Jesse Eisenberg was the one who made it out of the study, because a lot of the people, when they were really put to the tests, it was, they washed out, John.
Right. So in addition to the universities, which are the ones that we know about, and the CIA spiking each other's coffee, you'd heard about that, right? Members who were part of the program, right? And they just didn't know, like, oh, I guess I'm the guinea pig today, right? And that's like, ooh, that's cool. They were also conducting it in American prisons and in detention centers in Japan, Germany, and the Philippines, mostly upon unwitting subjects.
No, that's awful. I know it's awful, because when you talk about, you should not drug anyone ever. Like, it's not cool. It's not cool. But when you know someone as long as I have, and John Peacock and I have been friends since college, when MK Ultra put me in Thatcher, Arizona. They said, "Can you sing in a quartet?" I said, "Yep." "Can you introduce MK Ultra to this guy?" I said, "Yep." So we're now 20 years in, and you are wrecked, my son. Wrecked. But the idea is, like, it has to be a willing participant. Like, you have to,
right.
Even if you're not willing, like, you're not willing right now, right? You're not willing. You're not like, okay, let's do drugs. Let's get fucked up. But if for some way, shape, or form, I had my PA come to New York and spike your booze with psilocybin and MDMA, because I wanted you to hippie flip, you would have no recourse, and you would do it and be like, excellent. And you'd be like, this is fucking awful. Nope, it's awesome. Let's ride this motherfucker out. It's different when you're like someone who's straight edge, like, nope. I fucking do the taxes. I do all the budgeting for the CIA, and you gave me, oh no, my pencils are attacking. This is awful. Not okay. You need we don't have anything written, John, but we have an understanding that either one of us can dose the other one at any point in our friendship if the other one is taking the same thing.
Obviously.
Yeah, come on, bro. Come on. Like, that's a given. That's friendship. I don't know how you roll. Fuck.
So journalist Stephen Kinzer, who researched all of this and wrote a book on it, has said, quote, Gottlieb wanted to create a way to seize control of people's minds, and he realized it had a two-part process. First, you had to blast away the existing mind. Second, you had to find a way to insert a new mind into that resulting void. We didn't get too far on number 2, but he did a lot of work on number 1.
Bro. See, they stopped too early. The thing is, you look at anyone who has a cult, and that's where I've been doing my main focus,
right?
Is you don't do it with chemicals. You blast away the mind with words, thoughts, and processes, and then build up with your own of what you are bringing to the table. John, I'm telling you, for just 17 easy payments of $44.99.99, you too could be part of my wake calls. We're looking at a plot of land in Idaho. If you don't like that, maybe Texas. If you don't like that, maybe wherever you live. We'll come to your house. Anyway, send the money, and we'll figure out where the plot of land is. Like, John, give him the P.O. box.
A lot of the experiments that happened outside the universities, so that's the U.S. prisons and those places overseas. One thing that was a common version of the experiment is that they would sedate the person basically to the point of passing out, and then as they were passing out, they'd give them with LSD and all that other stuff, and give them a whole lot of stimulants, so that in between time, when they're really groggy and coming up, they would shoot them with a whole lot of electrotherapy, not electrotherapy, just electricity. They would just zap them with a whole lot of electricity and say, "Hey, how you doing?"
Oh my God. do we still have this? Is this like a retreat that we can go to? Like, John, everything you're saying is like, what is bad about this? Like, oh, you're trying to take control of someone's mind without telling them. Yeah, fine. Can I get down and then get up super quick and then be tripping balls when I am? Yeah. Can you give me a fishing rod and a cocktail? Because you just made my perfect day. Allegedly.
So, allegedly, mobster Whitney Bulger was one of the prisoners who volunteered for what he was told was an experiment. Whitey, sorry, I said Whitney, right? Thank you, Whitey. Aimed at finding a cure for schizophrenia. As part of his experiment, he was given LSD every single day for more than a year. Then he later realized that it had nothing to do with schizophrenia, and he was a guinea pig in a government experiment aimed at seeing what people's long-term reactions to LSD was.
100% with that, but at the same time, you don't know, because anything that is a mind, a chemical, that like, oh, schizophrenia, depression, anything like that, if you can. So no, LSD, no, like that is too specific, too drastic, too hard.
Yeah,
like it's like surgery. Like you don't want to fuck with surgery. Like let's do PT. Come on, man, let's stretch your leg out. Just keep on exercising. Here's some rubber bands you can put on your door. Move your arm back and forth. Giddy up. I believe in psilocybin. I'm like, oh, stretch your mind. Like, oh, I'm not comfortable. Good, that's perfect. Focus on this for the next hour, and you're gonna be okay. With LSD, she's like, focus on my voice for 17 hours, and then you're gonna see the face of Satan for 4. And then you'll probably be okay, unless you kill yourself. Good luck.
So he wrote afterward about his experience, which he described as quite horrific. He thought he was going insane. He wrote, quote, "I was in prison for committing a crime, but they committed a greater crime on me," end quote. And towards the end of his life, he came to realize the truth of what happened to him. And he actually told his friends that he was going to find the doctor in Atlanta who was the head of that experiments program and kill him. Fortunately, the doctor died before he got out of prison, so he didn't have to go and just commit another crime.
Why is that fortunately, John?
Well, that's what happened.
No, that's on you. That's not me. Like, yeah, no, I'm down for revenge. I'm down. Someone does that to you for that long. It's that whole Count of Monte Cristo idea of like, no, I will spend these years in insanity figuring shit out until I figure out who it is. Like, John G. raped and murdered my wife. Like, I'm chasing this guy. Nope, he's chasing me. Yes, John, you have to. No, there's right and there's wrong. And if someone does wrong that long, like, no, you don't get a pass. You don't get a fucking pass. Your name is on the top of this chart. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't believe in murder. I don't believe in violence, but I believe in retribution. I believe in penance. I believe in paying your goddamn dues. Whatever that may be, you have to pay.
So during World War II, Nazi doctors had conducted extensive experiments with mescaline at Dachau concentration camp, and the CIA was very interested in figuring out whether mescaline could be the key of mind control, and it was one of their big avenues of investigation. So they hired Nazi doctors who had been involved in the project to advise them.
Yeah, no, they did that. They did it for nuclear fission. They did it for nuclear science. They hired a lot of people who weren't in Argentina, who fled. Like, it was bullshit. It was such bullshit. But no, mescaline is not mind control. Mescaline is something that's difficult to get. But if you have a connect, there's an email, twosidedpod@gmail.com. It's TWO sidedpod@gmail.com, allegedly.
So because people didn't really want to deal with it, the head of the CIA and other superiors to Gottlieb, he basically operated almost completely without supervision. He had sort of a checkoff from the titular boss and from his real boss, Richard Helms, who was the CIA director. Richard Helms, and from the CIA director, Alan Dulles. So these two people were basically his superiors, but they didn't want to know, and so they didn't supervise, and he had a license to kill. Several, we do not know the number, but several died from these experiments because they went too far.
Right. No, it sounds a lot like the two-sided pod, where John has carte blanche to do all the engineering, and I just don't want to hear about it. And then the things he pulls up and does, like, it makes our hearts break. But somehow we continue. We truly fly.
One of the more crazy things was in 1955 on Chestnut Street of San Francisco, the CIA created a house, a bordello. There were prostitutes there, and they would lure men back, and they would give them LSD without them knowing, and every single room was set up as a trap to just watch the men go through their LSD trip without having any idea what was happening.
What is the address? Is it still going, or?
It's 225 Chestnut Street.
225 Chestnut. Okay. Yeah. For anyone on the walking tours of Two-Sided Pod, get your go bag. Meet me at 225 Chestnut Street, and we're gonna see where this podcast goes.
This aspect of the experiment, under Gottlieb's supervision, was headed by George Hunter White. This is the man who also went after Billie Holiday and essentially ruined her life. So he's not the greatest guy, but he made a very fun house.
No, anyone in the CIA anyone in the CIA is not good. Like, I was gonna say pre 82, nope, 80, 90, nope, 2000, nope. Anyone in the CIA is not good. Let's do that.
So White, the guy who headed this, we found out that his actions were mostly driven by pure voyeurism. Quote from him, "I toiled wholeheartedly in the vineyards because it was fun, White said later. Quote, "Where else could a red-blooded American boy lie, kill, cheat, steal, rape, and pillage with the sanction and blessing of the All-Highest?"
Go on. I'm with everything you said. Yes, I mean, it's a field, John. There are no rules in the field. Okay, maybe there are. No, okay, all right. No raping, no killing. Yes, pillaging. Pillage all you want. That is fucking, if you're a field worker, John, you get a 15-minute break every 3 hours. And you get to pillage all you want if you can make it from the field to the village and back to the field in 15 minutes. Pillage in those 3 minutes. But I'm going to need you back in the field. You get 3/15.
I'm going to have to mention as well, Gottlieb himself loved to partake in the LSD as well. He was not a stone cold removed. He admittedly had taken it more than 200 times throughout the years of the experiment.
Yeah. Yeah. It's completely understood. If you have it around, if you're doing like free night, it's Friday night, I got shit to do. And then you do like, all right, I'm now making a plan to go to the Joshua Tree with 17 of my closest friends. Yes.
A very high-profile death, and what pulled MK Ultra out of obscurity was the government scientist Frank Olson, because he jumped from his NYC hotel room that was ruled a suicide by the government as a result of work stress. But the whole Olson affair forms the backbone of Errol Morris's 2017 documentary series Wormwood, which details all we know about this. And this uncovering of the truth helped to expose the history of MK Ultra up to the mid-70s America that had lost faith in its government and was ripe for conspiracy theories to take hold. So people started freaking out, and the whole thing was shut down.
Dude, 100%. Like, think about that. Like, if you're experiment is to dose people that makes them weird and paranoid and see things. And then like people are paranoid. Yeah. That's kind of what's gonna happen though.
And they might think this experiment is not exactly what you told them it was for some weird reason.
Strange.
Yeah.
It's like they haven't done LSD and figured out what the side effects are. Weird, bro.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So in 1977, Senator Edward Kennedy oversaw congressional hearing investigations of the effects of MKUltra. They brought in a roster of ex-CIA employees, including Gottlieb, but they didn't really find out too much because most of the paper trail had been destroyed years before.
Right, and at that point, questions are, well, I don't recall. I'm unsure. There's no paper trail.
Right. Gottlieb said he literally could not recall who his supervisor was during those years. Could not recall anything. He had complete amnesia during all these hearings, and most of the CIA staffers claimed this couldn't remember detail. So it just it hit a brick wall, and it didn't really go anywhere. Because at the end of Gottlieb's career in '73, 4 years earlier, he knew his time was coming because Richard Helms, who was the CIA director, was removed by President Nixon. And once he was gone, he knew it was just a matter of time before Gottlieb himself was gone. They both kind of came to the conclusion together, you know what the best thing to do right now? Destroy as much evidence as possible. And they did, very successfully.
Bro. Yeah. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's good, but when you're faced with a situation where you're back in the corner, like, what do? Shoot the hostage. You gotta clear the fucking room. Right. You have to. Like, self-preservation. I get it. 100%. Right. Like, I would throw you under the bus 100%. You're like, what happens on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern? I don't know, officer. I'm unsure. Well, we have footage here that you're on YouTube on Thursdays. You're also on Spotify, Apple Pod, Anchor, Fans Only. Like, that's not me. That's my doppelganger. John gave me LSD. Did it again.
So Gottlieb, like I said, had it. Oh, hold on.
Hold on, cancer. Someone's got cancer. For only $5 a month, you too can help John L. Peacock conquer his cancer.
Please, sir, join the Patreon at Two-Sided Pod.
Cancer.org.
Gottlieb, who admittedly took LSD over 200 times during those years, then became the CIA, the head of the CIA's department for developing gadgets to help them spy, like miniature cameras. He helped develop that. Mini jailbreak kits that could fit inside of a rectal suppository and other such things.
Bro, you had me at rectal suppository. Let's continue and elaborate. Because if your mind is open to LSD, you're like, I think I can put that in my butt. I'm pretty sure that will also fit in my butt. Like, jailbreak kit. It's a butane torch, pliers, generator, and the jaws of life. Sure. Well, we're going to use a bigger condom, and I can put that in my butt.
Right.
We're going to pare that down.
You've opened my mind. I can open up other things. It'll be fine.
Open your heart, open your checkbook, open your butt. Let's get you out of prison.
Throughout all of his life, even after the CIA, Gottlieb was extremely spiritual, a meditative man along with his wife, who were philanthropists, close to nature, and compassionate. And with his patriotism and extreme passion for his job throughout those years, he was the one in charge of poisoning foreign and domestic agents, experiments on unwitting patients, and ruining or even ending the lives of countless individuals. But he went to India to work in a hospital for those with leprosy when he was finally asked to do anything about his connection to the MK Ultra back in the 70s. So
100%, 100%, 100%. What did the leper say to the prostitute? Keep the tip, John.
Crap.
Leper colony joke. You're welcome.
So that's a little bit of another secret governmental experiment upon its own people.
Man. Like, and so, folks, we just had 2 segments, and John has classified them as serious and fun. And both of those have been fucked in my world. How about you, folks? How about you? Oh. I know that was a long time ago, but it fits for this moment as well. John, your show is bullshit.
It feels perfect.
It's like a nice warm blanket. It's like putting on a turtleneck and feeling like a fucking anorexic is trying to strangle you. It's very soothing. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Rain in Arizona. That's a monsoon. It's going to be muddy. You're going to get a dust storm, a haboob. I love haboobs. My closest friend is named Haboob. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. Let's get fucking acid and some workers of the night. I'm not going to say who's working there, John, because everyone needs a job. All I'm saying is if you will dose me, I will see a sex worker. John, that is a goddamn given. If you that's the same thing as like the Peyote Way Church of God. Like, hey, do you want to come to a ceremony? Yes. And you will do peyote. Yep. Hey, do you want to see a sex worker? And take some LSD? Yep. Do you want to play Monopoly until I can't concentrate anymore? Cool. You'll be my new best friend. Also, I brought a backpack for you because we both need backpacks. LSD's weird and we need to be having supplies. Welcome to the party. You're on mute. You're still on mute. Wow, we waited for a long time for you to hit that unmute button and it got real fucking weird. Wow, man. Are you done? That's all your, all right. My sources have been imdb.yep, Jesse Eisenberg somebody, and Kristen Stewart yep. Because watch American Ultra. Love it. When he kills someone with a spoon, fucking great, bro. Also, we are going to have a P.O. box here shortly where you can send accoutrements to maybe dose us, maybe not. Maybe John likes dark chocolate with sea salt and caramel. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he wants LSD. But I'm saying, here's 6 chocolates. Maybe one has the LSD, maybe one doesn't. Ride the fucking train, John. See what happens. eat them chocolates. And no, I know you did, but that has been my sources, John. I know you said, go ahead. Oh, Jesus Christ, John. Oh, Pete's Retracted Corner is mighty today. A lot of things I said, I painted myself into a corner. I'm better than this. I'm a better person. I'm a better comedian. I'm a better, no, let's just say person. But fuck was not a good joke. That like that was a paint in the corner. Everyone do shots because liver psoriasis is funny. Is no, not a. I didn't say that, but that's what we all have. If you watch the show enough, and you have the go bags, you know, not funny. I retract all those things. I will be better next time. I promise. Oh, Jesus. This shot's been burning a hole in my pocket. I should not have shots in my pockets. Weird. All right, fair enough. Bing, bing, bing. Get your go bags, folks. Oh, no. All right, John. Yeah. Gmail.com. I'm part of this, John. And I'm my boy Pete in Southern California and never have felt better. Fuck you, John. I love you too, man. Nope. I love you less and less more every day. Every fucking didgeridoo, less and less.